Hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you today. It is Thursday, I think, March 21st. So we have a new video for you today. This one is scripted. It's not going to be just a, I guess, cold react. I did watch this and I scripted something. But this is going to be in regards to the Narc Alerts video uploaded, I think, I don't know, yesterday, maybe? I don't recall, but it is this one. But it is the video titled Amberlynn Lies. Of course it's not clickbait, which is a play on Amberlynn's video of I lied, not clickbait. But, so if you do see me looking down, I am probably reading my script, which is here in front of me, to make sure that I don't miss anything that I want to say. So, all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
Amberlynn has decided to double down on the doxing. So, and girl world has been really turbulent because apparently I am the worst thing that's ever happened in the Amberverse. Rio and I just wanted to get right into it. I've got some points to make. I'm going to clarify some things for everybody. And then I've got some very serious thoughts at the end of the video. So I do hope you stick around. All right, Amber, let's hear what you have to say. I can answer to most of it. No, all of it. Let's go.
Thing with like my surgeon and the reaction channel doxing him, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I genuinely thought people weren't really going to care because I feel like that's usually what happens. Like I share something that is like really big to me and a lot of people make it really small. But a lot of you have been like, wow, that was wrong. I've also received a lot of people asking me a few questions about the situation, so I figured I would answer them for you guys.
I would imagine because there was truly enough holes in that story to drive a truck through. So, Amber, let's hear what you got to say.
So the first one being is, why did you lie about your surgeon? Because a lot of people went back and they were like, wait, I thought your surgeon was in a different state. Wait, I thought your surgeon was a female. I'm confused. So yeah, I did lie. I did lie about who my surgeon was. I lied about where they were, and it's because I wanted to steer Narc Alert. I wanted to steer Kicking Geese, which are the two reaction channels who did dox him. But it was first Narc Alert, and then Kicking Geese decided to do that as well. And in several live streams, she would pull up, his seminar, pull up his name, and say that this is Amberlynn's surgeon. Like, it wasn't just one live stream where they did this, it was multiple.
I personally only saw her do this during one live stream. She may have done it more, but I have no proof of that. But that is the live stream from December 6th, 2022 that is now removed. So, don't know. But they did watch the seminar in Discord. So I can neither confirm nor disprove that they did this multiple times. But the Narc Alert did seek out this information and state, this is him, this is where she's going. And this information was confirmed in her Discord in late January by a member that was at an in person seminar at the clinic. And from what I've gathered by other comments within the Discord, that information was also shared on Reddit, but I don't know by whom. So.
Okay. Number one, I find it interesting that Amberlynn entitles her video, I Lied to You. And it seems that the haters are okay with her lying. They think she lies about everything, but this is the one thing, this is the one time she's been honest.
She's trying to discredit Amberlynn here. I would say that I don't think anybody would blame Amberlynn for trying to hide the information about who her doctor is and where she's going when people started to look for him. But I'm sure people will blame Amberlynn for not trying to hide the information quick enough, of course. But given the amount of hate and the way that people tried to figure out who is in her life, Whether it was wifey, people tracked down who wifey was based on things Amber put in her video titles. They tracked down this Alexis person. I'm not even sure how. I don't know if Amberlynn and this Alexis person interacted on Instagram or TikTok or something, and people found this person this way. I don't know. But people will hunt down and look for people in Amberlynn's life. People that don't want to be known. Um, so I don't blame Amberlynn at all for trying to hide this information and lying about who her doctor was.
So she lied about her surgeon because it was myself and Kicking Geese. This is now. Let me clarify the Kicking Geese stuff first of all. Kicking Geese and I are no longer friends, as many of you know, and you know what? It's okay. I have nothing but respect for Justine. Justine and I were good friends and we had a lot of great times, but we reached an impasse, something that we couldn't get by, that we both felt very strongly about. And we decided to part ways. And we did it in a respectful, amicable way. I liked Justine. I loved sitting in her cozy streams. And I would send anybody to go to a Justine stream today. Now, was there something that made it difficult for us to maintain our friendship? Absolutely. And you know what? That's okay. That doesn't mean I dislike her. Now, I didn't do something and then Justine did it too. It's not evil Merc. Like, it's amazing to me the power that I seem to have over everybody here, you know? Um, Justine and I were stream friends. We streamed this together. We had a giggle. She has said, and I will reiterate because I've said it before too, we shouldn't have done it. It was tacky. It was tacky. Um, but it was done out of zero malice.
This is just deflection here. She's talking about the relationship with Kicking Geese. It's completely irrelevant. But even if you do something not out of malice, doesn't make it okay.
We were really just, honestly, I didn't care. Nobody really cared who the surgeon was. We just wanted to take the same damn seminar she took. Another thing I'd like to make clear is when we say seminar, this was not an event that we took spots from anybody that needed a seminar. When you go, you can go today and still fill out that form online, and they're going to send you a link to a video online that you can watch. You can watch it alone, you can watch it with 1,000 people, but it's a link to a video. So nobody took any seats away from anybody, so we can calm that down, okay?
When you signed up for this seminar, you didn't know that it was just a video because on the website it says it's a live seminar hosted by Dr. Smith. So when I just want to correct myself here. It doesn't say that the online seminar is live. It just says it's an online seminar. Could be live, it could not. But either way, you still don't know if the spots are limited because whenever you fill out the form, it does ask how many people will be watching. So you don't know whenever you sign up if there's limited spots or not. When you signed up, you didn't know that it was just going to be a video they show you.
And Justine, I've always only wished her nothing but the best. It's okay when people, not everybody has to be friends, and that's okay. You can still respect each other, right?
And multiple. I wanted to steer
Also,
away from.
I find it interesting that this woman who's an avowed liar, who everybody says lies about everything, can come out with all this information, and everybody thinks it's the gospel truth, and she hasn't shown a single receipt.
She doesn't have to. You've admitted to doing this. But other than that, this is a tu quo que fallacy and an ad hominem fallacy. The narc alert is trying to invalidate Amber's point by attacking something different and trying to discredit her.
Can you show some receipts? I know there's streams where we talked about the seminar, but I don't remember being rabid about who her doctor was. It's not really that important to me. I don't care. Nobody really cared. KK says there's 21 weight loss centers in Lexington. Okay, so I've got some work to do then. Is that what you're saying? To find the seminar? No, that's not it. Oh, you guys. Now I'm gonna be up all night looking at friggin' bariatric surgery places.
Well, I can poke around too.
If nobody really cared, why were so many people trying to dig around and find out who it was? If nobody cared, it wouldn't matter how many breadcrumbs Amber dropped. people would have left it alone. But no, even the few things that Amberlynn said about the doctor that she was seeing, people took that and ran with it, trying to find out who it was.
My personal medical information and life, because I don't think that's
Nobody's doxed anybody's personal medical information, Amberlynn. That's a lie. That's an outright lie. How the hell would any of us? Are you saying once again? Are you slandering Dr. Smith and the clinic again by saying that somehow randoms from the internet can get personal medical information from the clinic? You best be careful, Amber.
anyone.
Semantics and a straw man fallacy. Amberlynn did not say the clinic gave out her information. She said hundreds of people were contacting the clinic. Even if it's not a true example of doxing, sharing someone's private information that they do not want shared is overstepping and just wrong. And again, we don't really know if it was hundreds. It could have been 10 people, but that's still 10 too many.
Business, honestly. So I was trying to protect myself. So I stated multiple times that my surgeon was female and that it was in a different state than where I was actually living. I only ever did that because I was scared since I knew that he was doxxed. I wanted to do everything
Not
in my
doxxed.
power for people to not believe.
Not doxed. Amber gave out hundreds of clues. Well, not hundreds, I'm exaggerating. Amber gave out many, many clues about where the clinic was. And we found the clinic and filled out a form online and took the educational, publicly available weight loss seminar. The fact that her doctor was featured on the website and we scrolled by that wasn't what we were looking for. We were just looking to see where the clinic was because we wanted to take the seminar.
Did she say that the doctor was famous?
I feel like she did.
Yeah.
Dr. Proctor, was that? No, that was from Thousand Pound Sisters, right? Was it the same doctor?
Doctor, he's so handsome. Oh my god. Hubba hubba.
About us, meet our team. Do you guys know the... I don't think it was Proctor. I think he was Thousand Pound Sisters.
Right.
Oh, it is this guy. Looks familiar. This is the guy. Eric Smith. It's the guy.
Wait, what's he looking?
Sorry, I forgot because I had to fill that thing out. So I didn't. I decided not to dox myself tonight. It's Dr. Daddy.
Oh my god, stop it, Daddy. That's gonna be her surgeon?
Well, that's one of the surgeons there.
Stop it. No, she said that he was famous. Oh
She
my
did say
God.
that, didn't she?
Yeah, right, guys?
He did them both.
Yeah, that guy's so handsome. Yeah, I know that guy. Yes. Oh my god, I'm like swooning. That's Wait, no, Purple Talon said he's in Atlanta. Well, maybe he goes back and forth. I don't know. Oh my god, that's so exciting. That's him!
Georgetown Community Hospital in Lexington. Oh, Lexington Road, Georgetown, Kentucky. It's probably close.
Yeah. Wow, how exciting. Amber, come on.
You know that's where she's going because she's impressed with that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, she is. So do you think she would listen to what he says? What's his diet advice? Now I got to go down the rabbit hole of him. Like, what's it he recommends to his patients?
The problem is that Amber had shared enough information already that most people knew her doctor was in Kentucky and that it was a male doctor, especially when her trip to the in-person seminar happened all in one day. They got up that morning, went to it, and came back when she had said previously, when it was a doctor out of state, supposedly, that it would be an all-day event, maybe even overnight. She gave out maybe 3 clues in the video that the Narc Alert showed in her last video. The information about how many machines the clinic has, the surgeon is famous, award-winning, whatever. But does it really matter? In my opinion, at the time, Amber was excited to be working with this clinic and this famous surgeon that had worked on so many people and was award-winning, does such a great job. I think she was just excited and just gave a little bit of information about it in a vlog, without giving exact names because she didn't want people to know the exact doctor, even though she did give a few clues. People took it upon themselves to take those bits of information, go search for it, and then share it. Just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should.
believe that Dr. Smith was my surgeon because I did not want the surgery ruined for me, because at the time it was everything. Like, I wanted the surgery more than I ever wanted anything. And I went through a lot in that era, like constant tests, and it was stressful. It was
Medical
a lot
tests.
of money. But at that time, that is what I wanted and what I needed. And I didn't want anyone to ruin that for me, because I could tell that that's what was happening. And
Again, so what she's saying here is, again, I always tell my people when we're doing stuff is to kind of think like a lawyer. If you don't have proof positive about things, you can't really say it. I cannot, with 100% accuracy, say that nobody from my community phoned that clinic. I can't say that because I don't know. I highly doubt it. My community just isn't. We're not motivated that way. That's not the kind of stuff we do. That said, could there have been people that done it? Absolutely. I can't speak to that. I cannot be responsible for everybody in my community. But, you know, in my Discord, we do not allow reposting of, like, if somebody makes they think a funny comment or rude comment on an Amber video, you can't repost that in our Discord because we discourage that kind of behavior. Okay? We don't do it. Amber Lynn's home address has been available on Kiwi Farms for many years. That kind of information is also not allowed and immediately deleted in our Discord. It's just not how we ever roll. It's just not how we ever roll. Again, that said, I can't speak for everybody. It might have happened.
I don't doubt this, but nobody will own up to it if they did. This is a non sequitur fallacy. It has nothing to do with the conclusion or argument at hand. Not allowing people to post these things in your Discord has nothing to do with the current situation.
But again, what Amber Lynn is saying here is that randoms from the internet could impact how her doctor deals with her healthcare plan. That's what Amber's saying here, and nobody seems to be taking that very seriously. Because I'm telling you, I've seen comments from people that work in medical administration, and they say that generally, if that sort of thing happened, it would be shut down at reception. And if it continued to happen, everybody at reception would have some kind of rote answer to give these people vaguely, because HIPAA does not allow you to discuss anything about patients with strangers who call the office.
Amber did imply this, yes. The clinic New Amber Lynn has a YouTube channel and has a decent amount of followers. If they have hundreds, we're going to assume it's hundreds, we don't know, of people contacting them about Amber, they might think it worthwhile to follow up with the patient and let them know, hey, here's what's going on, here's what's happening. We're getting a lot of people contacting us. What's up with this? But the people that were contacting the clinic were absolutely trying to interfere in Amber Lynn's weight loss surgery. If Amber Lynn were to lie to her doctors, she's not hurting anybody but herself. We could see in her videos that she was still binging, and that she probably wasn't going to do well if she had the surgery. Luckily, Amber Lynn realized that herself and did not go through with it at that time. Maybe later, when she's in a better place, she can be in a better place, have a better relationship with food, to maybe have weight loss surgery. But yeah, she really could hurt herself if she didn't listen to the doctor after the surgery. But that's Amber Lynn's responsibility to be honest with her healthcare providers, not people in Gora World to be calling the clinic.
And that goes into the next question of, why didn't you tell us about Narc-alert doxing your surgeon way sooner than this? Like, why didn't you tell us while it was happening? Because if I did that, that would have confirmed who my surgeon was. And I didn't want anyone to know. And I'm not going to lie to you, this isn't the first time
I know,
I've
baby.
had
We have to.
issues with the Narc-alert, and I didn't even say anything about it. Like, another really good example of that is, like, a lot of people think that I go on Reddit and, like, I get my subreddits taken down. I have never in my life done that. I'm telling you, like, hand to the universe, hand to everything that I love, I have never done that. I'm not a Reddit girly pop, and I truly don't care if people are on other websites talking about me on
Clearly,
forums and things
she
like
doesn't
that.
care.
Like, I don't care about that. Like, deep down, I don't. But the Narc-alert actually got one of my subreddits taken down. She ended up.
That was kind of a half shrug and a head shake no. What was that? It almost sounded like not really, but I couldn't quite catch it.
bragging about it on her Discord, saying like, "I'm the one who got it taken down," and she was saying how, "Oh, everyone thinks it's Amber Lynn, but little do they know it was actually me." And I never said anything about it.
That's true. I didn't say me, though. I said us. So,
Oh, it wasn't just me. You can't blame me for it. It was us. It wasn't her fault. It was a collective.
now the Reddit mess, which is ridiculous. We're talking about an illegal subreddit thread that was taken down over a year ago. So if this is really hot tea for you, let's go. Let's finally get it out there. Reddit is down. Apparently, the Ambabies or whatever the Amberlyn Reed subreddit is down. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. It may or may not have been Amber. It could have been a million things. Okay, don't jump to any conclusions. It could have been a million things. It could have been. I wouldn't even assume to even say it was her. A long, long time ago, and there's actually, I think AppFacts used a clip of me saying this same thing, so you can clock it. A long, long time ago, there was a big falling out in our Discord in the beginning. Growing pains. It happens. One of my mods, who's no longer anywhere near the Amberverse, left the community, the internet, everything is long gone. There was some infighting there. And now he told me this story about a month after it had happened. Within the infighting in that Reddit, some people were accusing him of being a sexual predator, preying on younger people in our Discord. This man was not doing that. This is a gay married man who's married to another man 10 years his senior. He wasn't preying on anybody in the Discord, but the person who was left our Discord was trying to cause a lot of problems and saying stuff like that. He told me he found this on the Discord and reported it, and then that's what had it shut down. Now, when he told me that and I retold the story, I said we. I use the royal we a lot. If you look through my videos, I see we all the time, and I guess I shouldn't. Also, I felt like he was part of my team, so I'm going to take responsibility. I'm kind of, I guess, the boss in the organization, if you look at it that way. So I said we. I didn't really know anything about it till well after it happened. Now, since then, I have had more learned people about Reddit come to me and go, Merc, that doesn't even sound likely. What's probably likely is that Amberlyn subreddit that was taken down was not an original Amberlyn Reed subreddit. The original Snark Reddit had been taken down. So when you recreate a thread that's been already taken down by Reddit, that's an illegal thread and they will take them down. Now, you can get away with it for a long time. There may or may not be one up there now. But when attention is called to it, then Reddit will generally take it down. So my suspicion is, if the original mod's story was true, which I don't know, I can only go by. If his story was true, I would suspect that all that did was call attention to what was already an illegal subreddit, and Reddit took it down. Amber continues to say, I got it taken down because I went to Reddit and told them that the Reddit thread said something that was mean about me. Well, sadly, that's not really how it works. That's not really how Reddit works.
If we're going to be that nitpicky about what was said and by whom, Amber speculated about why it was taken down, just like how every reaction channel speculates about things in Amberlyn's life.
Because I personally don't want to put my energy into this woman. I
Good.
don't like her.
Stop.
Her whole channel is very reflected around the fact that she thinks I'm a narcissist, while she is continuously showing narcissistic tendencies.
Give me some receipts on that, Amber. Like I've often told you guys, some new people might not remember, I was raised by a narcissist. I was the only child in a single parent family, and the single parent was a narcissist. So you gotta trust and believe in my 20s, I was like a damn narcissist. Because we imitate what we learn, right? Um, Eventually I lost all my friends. And I'm like, hey now, there's one common denominator in this problem, and it seems to be me. What the fuck am I doing here? And that's when I started to figure shit out. But even then, there was things that I would be saying over and over again, and I thought, God, even I can't believe this shit anymore. But she's been doing it for 10 years.
Amberlynn saying that the narc alert is displaying narcissistic tendencies
Hello and
is pretty
welcome to
much
the
the same
Narc Alert,
thing that
the
kind of the
channel
narc
where we
alert's
look
whole
at
channel is
YouTubers
based
and
on,
others to see
pointing
if
out
they are
narcissistic
different
tendencies in
and
other
traits that
people.
fall within the spectrum of
What's wrong with that?
narcissistic person.
Give me some receipts on how I'm a narcissist. You know, as I've said in many of my videos, we all show some traits of narcissism. We all have it. We don't have it. We all show traits of that. Some more than others. Some show all of the traits. And it's not about looking at yourself in the mirror. I may have some traits that look narcissistic, and I'll own that. But I'm not a narcissist, okay? And it's okay. If you, it's low hanging fruit. But go ahead, go off, Queen, without your receipts. You avowed liar who has no receipts. Continue.
Like, and she can't even admit to them. While I'm over here where it's like, yeah, I do have my narcissistic tendencies. I am able to pinpoint them for you if you want.
But you're not.
But for you,
You're not, because the things you pinpoint aren't even narcissistic tendencies, because you truly don't understand what narcissism is. I've been a victim of somebody who's an extreme narcissist for my entire life. I've gone through quite a bit of therapy. I have a little basis of understanding, and it's more than thinking that you look cute all the time, Amber. That's not narcissism.
I think Amberlynn might understand a few of the tendencies. She's probably looked into it a little bit. And she does display several tendencies, absolutely. But here we have the narc alert trying to make herself seem more superior and knowledgeable. This is also an appeal to authority fallacy.
you to like dox my surgeon.
Didn't dox
like,
your surgeon.
I think it's totally fine. Take down a whole ass subreddit.
Didn't take down the
brag
subreddit.
about it and say
You were involved in taking down the subreddit.
ha ha ha. Everyone thinks it's Amberlynn.
I did laugh and say everybody thinks it's Amberlynn. I'll own that. Is that petty? Sure. We're in the Amberverse. I'm a reaction channel. I love getting called petty. It's kind of the nature of the beast, right? Reaction channels. It's kind of what we do.
Speak for yourself. I think this is a red herring fallacy. The narc alert is trying to shift focus from her actions while still trying to justify them.
It's not out of malice. It's just silly.
But little did they know it was actually me. Well, I'm getting constantly harassed. Oh my god, I can't believe you would take down the sub.
Oops. What the fuck? She knew that people would blame Amberlynn, yet she continued to publicly act like she had no clue what had happened.
Like, how lame are you? Like,
I also want to reiterate, this is a year ago, and there's probably been 4 or 5 new subreddits since then that have been started and taken down. And again, I'm going to Reddit.
I don't know if I believe that she doesn't go on Reddit. She says quite often that people on Reddit can't stand her, she has haters and they hate her. So either people in her community are sharing this information with her, or she does go on there herself. By her logic, from what she said about Amberlynn, knowing that people on Reddit don't like her, that means that she goes on Reddit because she said as much about Amberlynn.
This woman
Oh, I can't with this woman.
Everyone thought it was me taking down the subreddit. It was actually this reaction channel.
It's me.
I honestly don't know.
Well, it wasn't me.
Did we slip up there?
It wasn't even me.
But knowing her is probably because they said something about her. But
I don't read it. They say a lot of shit about me, Amber. There's whole snark threads about me and channels and everything. I just don't read it. So I don't care.
regardless of the reason, it would have been very nice.
Actually, I believe I was told there was a whole actually dedicated hate one to me on Reddit at one point, and it got abandoned. So whatever.
For her to like maybe make a video and say, y'all, it wasn't Amber. She's not going to do that. And of course she's not.
Just did it. I wouldn't say it was me. If it was me, I would say it was me, but it actually wasn't me. I said we because one of my mods told me that they had done that, and I owned that with them as part of my team. And now it's true when I've been told that probably wasn't even it either. It was probably because it was a reposting of an already taken down thread. But whatever reason, we'll never really know why that Reddit thread got taken down. But y'all, wasn't Amberlynn, and quite frankly, it wasn't me.
Wasn't me. So now she's blaming somebody else for it, and maybe even something else outside of her control completely on it, now that she's publicly admitted that it wasn't Amberlynn. Regardless of whether or not she did it herself, she included herself in the action when she posted about it in Discord. Now she's trying to walk it back and distance herself from it. And as far as you just did it, the admitting to taking it down, that is, but it happened a year ago. Why such a gap? Do I need to play the Snark Alert clip again where she's pretending like she has no clue what happened to the subreddit?
Reddit is down. Apparently, the Ambabies or whatever, the Amberlyn Reed subreddit is down. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. It may or may not have been Amber. It could have been a million things, okay? Don't jump to any conclusions. It could have been a million things. It could have been... I wouldn't even assume to even say it was her.
And just really quick, while we're talking about the subreddit issue, even up until the 18th of this month, she let people in her own Discord think that she had nothing to do with it. Now, granted, she may not see every single post in her Discord. It's probably quite busy. She probably can't read every single thing. But several people posted in her Discord things to the effect of, oh, she couldn't have done this. Surely it didn't happen. Amber's full of crap. What in the world? What is she accusing Narclert of? That's kind of the gist of it. But now that she's publicly admitted to doing this, people don't care. Oh, well, so what if she took it down? But if Amber Lynn were the one that took it down, people are up in arms about it.
I'm not going to admit
Sorry.
the wrongdoing of doxing a surgeon.
Didn't dox a
Instead, she
surgeon.
wants to blame her
Can't dox a famous surgeon. Didn't dox a surgeon. I will stand on this hill forever. Amberlyn gave enough personal information, not even personal. Amberlyn gave out enough clues about her public weight loss clinic that we found a public website and took a public educational seminar. There was no doxing involved.
Now we're just arguing semantics, or an appeal to definition, while we're sticking with the fallacies. Doxing or not, personal information about Amber Lynn that she did not want shared was dug up by you and shared in a live stream video, which is now no longer available on your channel. Amber Lynn should be able to share as much or as little as she wants and still expect people to not call her medical providers and try to insert themselves, or even to contact him on Instagram. Just because the doctor is a public figure, Amber is not on a TLC show, and it wasn't public knowledge that she was his patient. People calling the office or messaging him about a patient is harassment, and while it may be a seminar that anybody can sign up for, people that don't need weight loss surgery typically aren't going to sign up for an hour-long seminar to learn about it.
audience, and she wants to blame Kicking Geese and everyone else around her.
Never blamed Kicking Geese, and I would never blame my audience. It was me and Kicking Geese. Do you remember Kicking Geese? She seems to be remarkably absent from this whole story. The other thing is, Kicking Geese is sitting right beside me, telling me to lie about the insurance. So she's no innocent angel in all this either, Amberlyn Reed. My community means everything to me. And they know it because I show them. Because we're strong and we're friendly and we have a great time. And it's not about trying to destroy other people. If you go in the Discord, you will see a couple of threads about Amberlyn, but you know what you'll also see? Probably about, 20 other threads that are way more active. That are people bonding and having conversations about crafts and hobbies and music and all kinds of stuff. Amberlyn is a very small part of our Discord, a very small part. And when she's gone, we'll still be there because we care about each other. There's a community there.
This strikes me as another red herring fallacy. She's directing the conversation to how kind and wonderful her community is because they talk about hobbies and music. So obviously, nobody in her community could ever have done anything negative with the doctor's information.
She even wants to blame me because I was sharing my journey.
Yeah, well, you are to blame. I mean, if there is any blame, first of all, there's no crime here, Amber. You could have publicly gone and said, hey guys, I'm going to go to the Kentucky Bariatric Institute and talked about it. There would have been nothing wrong with that. Would the office maybe have gotten some calls? Sure. But you know what? If I was her, I would have come to the office and God, you guys, I'm really sorry. I'm a YouTuber and a lot of people hate me and they're going to start harassing you and I can't do anything about it and I apologize. And the reception would have gone, oh my God, that's terrible. Don't worry. We're used to it. He's a TV doctor. We've dealt with this kind of thing before. We got you. That's what would have happened. That's the extent to this.
You don't know what would have happened. You don't know that they get calls from people trying to interfere with a patient's care. You are completely speculating on how this doctor's office operates, what they have to deal with, and how they would handle it. The bottom line, though, is that Amberlynn didn't share this information. You did. I think this is an appeal to consequences fallacy. We don't know what would have happened if Amber directly gave the doctor's name, but we do know what happened when other people shared this information without her consent or the doctor's consent.
To get weight loss surgery.
If it was true, and hundreds of people were calling, which again, I doubt. And again, I'd like to say we watched the seminar the day after she took it, which was well before any of these supposed phone calls and Instagram messages started to her clinic. The timeline of that kind of follows more when Kiwi Farms outed everything. But I can't say that for sure either. Maybe, truly, everybody that watched the weight loss seminar took down the website, revisited the website later, and then emailed it, 8 months later. I guess that's possible too.
I don't think we know for sure when the calls and messages possibly started, but the Narc Alert stream was on December 6th, 2022. I don't know how many people saw it at this time, but I'm sure probably a good couple of thousand. That's typically what she gets on her live streams, sometimes up to 3,000 and 4,000. It was confirmed on January 26th by somebody that was at the in-person seminar, January 26, 2023. It was confirmed that Amberlynn was at the in-person seminar. This was posted in the Narc Alerts Discord and apparently also on Reddit from what I've read. So this was confirmed in both places. Amberlynn's video talking about meeting the surgeon in person the first time was uploaded on March 22nd of 2023. So it's really not that long of a time frame in between. It's just a couple of months.
So here's a weight loss surgery update. Well, I love a weight loss surgery update, don't we? So I'm done kind of getting into the nitty gritty. There is something currently happening, which I don't want to talk about right now. I just don't. It wouldn't do any good at all. But I do officially have a scheduled appointment to meet with the whole team, the whole weight loss surgery team, and that also includes the surgeon. So I'm very excited because that'll be the first time me and the surgeon are meeting one-on-one. There's a lot happening behind the scenes and things that are making the situation a lot harder on me for sure. I just don't feel like talking about it. So we're not going to do that.
It wasn't 8 months, as I just showed.
On YouTube, and I purposely was being very, very aware of the fact that like people could figure out who it is. So I'm gonna make sure to say things that would steer them in a different direction. And
yeah, but you gave out all the right information first. See, it's exactly the same thing you did with your ex-girlfriend. You gave out all the pertinent information first, and then tried to backtail and tell a bunch of lies to cover it up. But Amber, you see, unfortunately, people can see through this now because you do it all the time. It's not the first time.
Knowing the community that surrounds her, should Amberlynn have been more careful about what she shared? Yeah, she probably should have. But we shouldn't be putting the blame on Amberlynn for just sharing what's going on in her life when she is a vlogger. The blame for this squarely sits on the shoulders of people that took the time and energy to search and find this information and then share it publicly. There's just no excuse for it.
I know that is me lying, but I was doing it to protect my medical personal life.
There was no protecting her medical personal life. That's just so dramatic.
Dramatic or not, who her caregivers are is her personal information. If I were to say I'm going to X hospital or clinic for whatever procedure, would that give somebody that watches my videos the right to go to that clinic or hospital's website and look up their staff to see who does this type of thing and then share that information publicly? or even contact the facility? No, it absolutely would not. So, it having even just a little bit of information out there about your life doesn't give people the right to try to interfere in it.
Those of you that I have hurt by lying about this,
You didn't hurt
I am very
Amber. You didn't hurt anybody by lying about your doctor being female. Can you? The drama.
sorry because that is never my intention to
See, this is what she's going to do. She's going to lie. She's going to apologize most profoundly for the stupidest non-lie. But it's also my fault. I forced her into this behavior. So I don't know what her excuse is for the previous 10 years of abusing your partners or forcing younger partners to do things they don't want to do, or, animal abuse, or calling your partner's mother when she's out of cancer surgery and berating her. All those things, that's acceptable behavior, but showing a website, mm-mm.
This is another tu quo que fallacy and also poisoning the well. These issues from Amber's past aren't relevant to the current situation at hand and don't excuse what the narc did. She's just using them to try to discredit Amberlynn's current claims.
hurt anybody, but I had to choose myself in that situation. And the reason why I'm talking about it now is because I finally feel comfortable.
The reason why she's talking about it now is because I have a group of haters, and they've clearly gotten in her ear, because all the information that she's parroting in these videos is information that's on a certain channel. We know mostly who they are. They've got the same tired. This is all they got. This is all their horrible tea about Merck. So if you really want to hate on a reaction channel for reacting, I'm the one to do, because of these things, right? So she's just parroting what they've got, and she's now exhausted all of their really hot tea, because there is no hot tea. So I don't suspect she'll have much more to say about me either. And the amazing documentarian, Mr. Snowflake, has dropped a new video today too.
I'm assuming that she might be referring to the snark alert, but I can't confirm that. To me, it really doesn't matter where Amberlynn got the information. We know people do message her on Instagram. We know she does watch a few things here and there. She may have come across something. But the simple fact is that the narc alert did do these things. And now she's trying to justify her actions now that she's been called out for them publicly.
Like, I no longer see Dr. Smith. I don't live in Kentucky anymore. It's just at the time, I'm not going to sit there, talk about it, and that's the confirmation of, yeah, Dr. Smith is my surgeon. I couldn't.
It doesn't even matter.
I'm gonna do that. I was very, very upset about it for a very long time, and yeah, I am actually still upset about it because it sucks that that happened. But I finally am feeling like better about the situation, where it's like I'm gonna move on. Like, it is what it is. It happened.
She's feeling better because she's been buoyed by a lot of support of the growing. There's a lot of people who hate me right now, so that makes her feel really good.
Now I'm ready to move on. But I did want to share the story with you guys because I told you that I would. I do want to thank everyone for the support during this time. And
okay, so that's all. That's enough of you, Amber. That's enough. Let's take her off the screen. Let's move her over, because I know we'd all really rather look at this man than Amber. So that's what Amber's got to say. Let me see. I made some notes here. Did I say anything that I needed to say here? Yeah, no, I said everything I wanted to say on my notes. There's a couple things now, though, that I do want to discuss. As you know or may not know, there's a groundswell of support for Amberlynn being I have haters. They're kind of scary because they're really intense. They've been at it for a long time.
This is kind of an appeal to emotion. Saying that her haters are scary is kind of appealing to emotions by implying that she's afraid of them. But let's compare the haters, though. Your haters and Amberlynn's haters. Who's probably got the worst set of haters?
And apparently they've got into Amber's ear, and that's fine. I'm now a public figure on the internet, although I find it unusual most reaction channels don't get reacted to, because we don't really do anything. We simply share our opinion, but apparently my opinion is rather polarizing for a lot of people a lot of the time.
Most of us don't report subreddits or find somebody that we react to's personal information and share it publicly.
No, I can't do anything about that. I'm still going to be me. One thing I do want to speak to, though, if I've been called a lot of names in the last 3 days, which again doesn't bother me. Creepy and weird, and I will say, if you want to put up pictures and paint their hair pink and call me a man and mock my appearance, then power to you. I will. I don't care. Have fun doing that. If you think that's a cogent, intelligent way to create a discourse, then I, I can't roll around in that mud with you, because that's not really who I am.
Didn't she just say that Amberlynn shouldn't be putting glitter on her face?
Just like
God, I
a
hate
month
those
ago.
green
So I was
nails.
like, what else can I do to elevate my look? And I was like, you know what? Diamonds. I personally love it because I think it's beautiful, but not only that, but like you can do it however you want. So it's
Okay,
always going to be a different look because honestly, I'm never going to stop my winged eyeliner. I feel like it suits me.
Pretty sure we're gonna get to say Amber's pushing 40, and I'm not an ageist, because all the people are going, "Yeah, she's so old. She should get another hobby. She should go retire." Okay, whatever. Um, just because you can put glitter on your face doesn't mean you should.
It's
From what I gather though, she's talking about Yo Mama, because I guess the other night Yo Mama was like stream sniping her, and I guess they were making ageist comments and commenting about her appearance. I don't know, but apparently that's what that's about.
But power to you. Continue doing that. That's more an issue than an ish me, quite frankly. One thing I do want to talk about that I'm really pretty pissed off about is the absolute insane amount of ageism that's happening. You know that ageism is a protected thing, the same as homophobia or transphobia or racism. It's against the law. It's against YouTube's terms of service. I'm not personally hurt by it. Like, I don't care if people want to call me old and make fun of my hair. Are you kidding me? Because you know what? I am old, so I've learned to weather stupid shit like that. The people whose opinions hurt me are people that I love and care about. Strangers on the internet, not so much. And strangers who have to resort to making fun of somebody's appearance and age? Well,
Being old is better than the alternative. You go ahead and get old, Narc Alert. I don't care. But these are ad hominem fallacies. People shouldn't be attacking the Narc Alert for her appearance or her age. It's irrelevant. If they want to be taken seriously and listened to by people that might otherwise not listen to them, then they need to stick to the issues and not attack somebody's personal appearance or their age.
I don't have anything to say to that, because what can you say to that? Here's another thing I'm going to tell you. The people who are quick to throw out ageist remarks are probably walking a pretty thin line between homophobic remarks or racist remarks when it serves their purpose. So just keep that in mind too. If you want to lie down with dogs, you're going to get fleas.
This is a slippery slope fallacy.
That's all I've got to say to this, and I'm never speaking to any of this again.
I think what bothers me the most about this situation is the hypocrisy and the double standards, also known as special pleading. Well, since this is all about fallacies. If Amber did either of these things that the Narc Alert did, people would be raking her over the coals 100%. And we could see that by how people reacted towards her when they thought that she was the one that had the subreddit taken down. When they learned that it actually wasn't Amberlynn but somebody else, it's suddenly okay, because it wasn't Amberlynn. If Amber were to dig around and find out personal information about a reaction channel and share that, people would be livid. They would be attacking her. That's not acceptable. You had no right to share that, etc. Just because you might not like Amberlynn or think she's an awful person doesn't mean that you have to be okay with shitty behavior from other people. Think that Amberlynn is right in this situation won't make you an Am baby. You can still dislike her and be critical of her and think she's the worst person this side of the Mississippi. But not liking Amberlynn doesn't mean that you have to accept anything and everything that somebody else does to her or any actions that are taken against her. It's okay to call out reaction channels and other people for doing something wrong. It's Basically as simple as that. Just because you don't like Amber Lynn doesn't mean that she's always wrong. So, all that being said, I think that's all I have for this one. I'm hoping this is the last video that I ever do about the Narc Alert, because I'm not a reaction channel. But if there's an issue or something that I think needs to have attention brought to it, I will do a video on it. And I'll try to be as fair as possible. But all that being said, I hope you all have an amazing rest of the week and weekend. And until next time, be safe and take care.